Wild weather. A teenager is struck by a tree as a storm cell batters Queensland. Thousands of homes are left without power.
A major drugs bust. Police raid homes across Sydney and seize cannabis worth millions.
How did it happen? Security under review in Parliament after angry protests turned question time into chaos.
Saving the schoolies. We meet the hero fisherman who rescued a group of teens from shark-infested waters.
A little party that'll kill nobody.
Surviving the office party, how to avoid waking up red-faced after your Christmas blowout.
And he's Australia's favourite weatherman and a Today Show legend. Don't miss our Stevie's life-changing announcement.
Oh, that big announcement coming up a little bit later in the program. You don't want to miss that. It is Thursday the 1st of December. Good to have your company across Australia. Lisa, good morning to you.
Happy summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About time.
Just snuck up on us,
Double
didn't
one.
it? Pinch and a punch for the first of the month.
I won't do that to you, Lisa.
What are you going to do?
I've been working out.
So white rabbit, don't you? And you get a
Go for it.
Oh.
Yeah, see?
I can't remember what you used to say.
Yeah, do you get
Lisa.
white rabbit? White rabbit.
Oh, what's white
You
rabbit?
can't get done. Immunity.
It's a Queensland thing.
Yeah.
In Coffs
Wow.
Harbour.
Must be.
Like that.
Anyway.
Okay,
Yeah,
there you go. Kids,
summer.
you can use that today.
Yeah.
Happy December.
Yeah, it's
24
nice.
days until Christmas.
Everyone panic.
Hey, exactly. Time to hit the beach.
What's happening in sport, Clint?
What's happening in sport? Melbourne City won the FA
Big
Cup
win.
last night.
Nice.
Timmy Cahill scored the winner, so we'll have all the action from that.
Look forward to it. Right now, though, Deb's going to kick off the news. Good
I am
morning.
indeed. A very good morning to you. Let's begin in Queensland, where a teenage boy is in hospital and lucky to be alive after being hit by a falling tree during a freak storm. Today, Queensland reporter Jess Millwood is outside the Lady Salento Children's Hospital. Jess, how is this boy doing this morning? Yeah, that weather causing all sorts of problems. We'll get a full forecast a little later in the show. Jess, thank you.
A French tourist has been found dead in a remote Northern Territory community. The man was discovered with stab wounds to his neck in the small town of Aileron, 130 kilometres north of Alice Springs. A crime scene has been declared where the man was found, and detectives are expected to arrive there later on this morning. A fire has badly damaged a home in the Moreton Bay region, northwest of Brisbane overnight. Crews were called out to the single-storey house at Cobble Creek to find it fully alight. The residents managed to escape before the flames engulfed the home, and no one was injured.
Sydney PR identity Roxy Jasenko has been told there is a chance her cancer may return. The 36-year-old who underwent surgery for breast cancer earlier this year says she will need to take chemotherapy pills for the next 10 years.
New warnings today that Sydney, Melbourne and Brisbane are heading for a glut of high-rise apartments, which will lead to a fall in prices. Investors are responding to the concerns, with building approvals down 13% in October. Taking a look at the financial markets, on Wall Street the Dow Jones is up 78 points, the S&P 500 is lower. At home the All Ords closed down yesterday. On the Asian markets, Japan's Nikkei closed stronger, and in London the FTSE ended the day's trade higher. On the commodities market, gold is at $1,178 US an ounce, oil is at $40 US a barrel, and the Aussie dollar this morning, it is currently buying 74.24 US cents, and it is lower against the euro, down to 70 euros. Lisa.
Okay, thanks very much for that, Deb. Let's stay in the UK now, and who feels like some royal baby news?
Hey, about
Yeah.
time,
Something
right?
lighter,
Well,
yeah.
let's see what we can do here, Karl.
Righto.
So, today we can announce that Queen Elizabeth is
having
set
a
to
baby.
become
Wow, that's big news.
IVF.
medical breakthrough of the century.
Who's the
Karl.
father?
Set to become a great-grandmother for the 6th time. Let's get straight to London, where Nine Europe correspondent Amelia Ballinger has the details. Amelia, we're on the edge of our seats. Which royal is expecting? Anyway, Amelia, thank you very much for that. Glad you set the record straight.
Well, that says everything, doesn't it, about the two brothers? One goes to Barbados, the other one drives a train.
What a contrast.
Gets to push the horn.
Yeah, blow the whistle.
Let's take a look at the weather around the country.
I know where I'd rather be.
On this Thursday morning. Brisbane, you've got a shower or two, a warm one, and 26 in Perth.
And this is a photo of me, kids, driving a train.
I think that's cool.
Nothing cool about that. Hello, Clint.
Hello, Carlos. Thank you very much.
Nice
Let's
to
get
see
a
you, buddy.
bit of a hit of sport, because coming up, you couldn't write a better script. Well, I've written a few pretty good ones in my time. Melbourne City crowned FFA Cup champions after Timmy Cahill produces some magic.
And wish you were here. Right there, well, you could be. We're sending 30 lucky viewers on incredible luxury scenic cruises. Stay tuned for the details.
Let's check out the front pages for you. Welcome back to the Today Show and leading9news.com.au. A teenage boy has been hit by a tree branch during the wild Queensland storms. We've got our reporter Jess Millwood live from the hospital this morning.
And on this first day of summer, the heat is on. News.com.au reports we are set for a horror summer of bushfires made worse by this year's record rainfall.
It's very bleak, isn't it?
Certainly is. All right, well, it's a city of love, and now it's a city filled with angels. Victoria's Secret models are hitting the runway in Paris.
And Nine's Tom Steinfort has been having a hard day at the office.
Okay, so that's what being a foreign correspondent looks like these days. You can come back, Karl, it's stopped. You don't need to look anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know why you turned away. I understand. You were a foreign correspondent for how many years? Hey? 6 or 7, was it?
No,
You
Victoria's Secret
never got to do
coverage
the
in that
Victoria.
one.
Tom Steinfort. He's
Tommy,
been on
he'll
for
let
what?
you know. He'll fill you in on how it all was.
Yeah,
sure
later
he
in the
will.
show.
Yeah.
He's going to tell us all about how it was.
That's a serious
Shouldn't
assignment.
that be for like an entertainment report?
Absolutely. Or a
Why
sport
isn't
reporter.
Richard Wilkins over there?
I'm sure Richard is wondering that himself. Why am I not there?
Let's raise it with Vicky.
It's funny how the boys have a problem with Tom Steinfort being there. Girls just think, like to see some nice lingerie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do they?
And, yeah, totally.
What, Tom Steinfort in lingerie? Mind you.
I don't know that.
Let's get some news now. Bang on 6 o'clock. Here's Deb.
And let's begin with some breaking news out of Sydney, Karl. A burst water main has severely flooded an apartment complex at East Lindfield in the city's north. It's understood a number of units have already been badly affected. Cars in the underground car park are submerged and numerous residents have been evacuated. A major clean-up operation is right now underway. We'll bring you more from the scene a little later. And he saw an opportunity and he took it. This man is on the run, though, for stealing a pot of gold from an armoured truck in New York. Don't know what they would be using gold, I guess, to melt down for jewellery, perhaps? I'm not sure.
Gold flakes.
Yeah,
Who
$2 million
knew that
worth.
flakes came in gold?
There you go. I tell you what, Kellogg's flakes, they taste pretty good.
I don't even know what you're talking
Well,
about.
you know, like little bran flakes.
Corn
Little-
flakes.
Yeah, corn
There's
flakes.
only one flake.
There's the Cadbury's flake and that's it.
And I reckon if we mention another 3 or 4 times, they'll send us some.
How
Hey,
good is a
Olay.
Cadbury flake in the middle of a soft serve?
Or-
Just
yeah.
shoved
Or
right in there.
over the pavlova.
Oh, yeah.
With
Christmas time.
I like the way you're thinking.
Yeah.
I've
With
not
some
done
passion
that.
fruit or
I'm just
something.
feeling
yeah.
flaky.
If you're enjoying your all brand this morning, got to up the volume in the
You're no
breakfast
flake,
department.
Clint. Sometimes you are.
Well, sometimes.
Off you
Okay,
go.
that's
One of the
good.
best.
We did it 5 times.
Here we go. Let's get some sport because Timmy Cahill, he certainly wasn't flaky last night. None other than Timmy Cahill helped Melbourne City secure a 1-0 victory over Sydney FC in the FFA Cup final. Australia is racing the clock to get ready for the opening one-day clash against New Zealand on Sunday in Sydney. Buff Lehmann's men will be putting their world number 1 ODI ranking on the line over the 6-match series. And that is
Yeah.
a quick hit of sport for
Thanks
you.
a lot, Clint.
Beautiful stuff, mate. Thank you.
Still to come, we're wishing Robert Irwin a happy, are you ready for this? 13th birthday. Yes,
No
he's
way.
now officially a teenager.
Oh.
The celebrations are in full swing at Australia Zoo this morning.
It'll be crazy up there. Also ahead, and it's past their bedtime. Oh, Carlos. This kid just loves spaghetti so much, he couldn't pass on it, and then he almost passed out.
I've seen you eat spaghetti like
I
that.
do love spaghetti. Oh,
It's so
the only
good
way
for
to eat it.
It's great for the skin.
yeah.
And-
It's a little bit too much to eat.
And it's our biggest holiday giveaway ever. We have 30 luxury scenic cruises for our viewers, and you could be cruising in style. That's all the favourite Brekkie show today.
Welcome back to the show. Dreamworld has announced it will reopen its doors next Saturday, 6 weeks after 4 people were killed on the park's Thunder River Rapids ride. Dreamworld CEO Craig Davidson has had a tough job, hasn't he? He joins us now. Craig, good morning to you.
Good morning, Karl.
There are going to be some who say it's too soon.
Oh, look, I think, Karl, we're just looking forward to the future.
How are the families going? Have you kept in touch with them?
We have got good communication lines with the families or through their representatives.
Yeah. Have all those issues, all of them, been resolved yet?
Yes, they have, Karl.
Good to talk to you, Craig, and it's been a tough period, a real tough period for everyone involved here, and we wish you all the best. Thank you.
Coming up, a major drugs bust. Police raid homes across Sydney and seize cannabis worth millions of dollars. We have all the details ahead.
And we'll be taking you behind the scenes. We've got special access to the biggest fashion show of the year. Our Aussie Angels are preparing to hit the catwalk. Stick around for that.
Over 60s under attack. Your pension, super and bank accounts, all of it at risk. In a 9 News Scam Alert, we reveal the frightening new tricks catching out even the most careful seniors. The warning signs you need to look out for and the one way to guarantee you'll be protected. Only on 9 News tonight.
Welcome back to the show. Well, that right there is a few images from Toby Price's excellent adventure. What an ultimate test of endurance it is, the Dakar Rally, 10,000 kilometres over hot, rugged and wild terrain. It's a challenge like no other. Give it up for Toby Price, who joins us this morning on Today. Yeah, well, it is a long slog. I mean, so many people would say, why do it? It's not just a huge test of physical, ability, but also mental ability too. What pushes you to get to the end?
That prize at the end.
How many Red Bulls have you had this morning, big fella?
Oh, mate, yeah, I usually have 2 or 3 with the coffee, so it's...
And a coffee.
And a coffee, you throw it on top of that as well, so you mix it in a little bit.
Yeah, how good's a Red Bull sponsor? Good on you, brother. Thank you.
Pumped.
All right, let's check out what's happening with the weather now.
Wet n Wild Sydney has partnered with Surf Lifesaving Australia this summer, so there'll be free sunscreen right across the park so you can slip, slop, slap. Sunscreen coming in very handy in the southeast of Queensland over the next few days, with a heat wave set to hit, temperatures hitting 36 in Brisbane and 40 plus out in areas further inland. These kids are really excited. How excited are you kids? Really excited. Pump it up. Summer. Yeah.
Oh, they love it, don't they?
Thanks,
The
Natalia.
theme park before school.
I know.
Doesn't get any better than that.
How good's that?
Very liberal parents, we'll call them.
Oh,
What? Well, I would never let my kids go to a theme park before school.
why not?
Because they'd be having a good time, and you're not allowed to have that on a school day.
Gee, you're strict.
Oh, Lise.
No wonder your kids are rebelling.
Exactly. We've done that for a while.
All right, thanks, Natalia. Still to come. A teenager is struck by a tree as a storm cell batters Queensland. Thousands of homes are left without power.
And finally, a summer Christmas song for our neck of the woods. Ronan gets a hand from one of our Kiwi favourites. Entertainment.
Hey,
Up
Pooh.
next.
Hey, is it a jetpack?
Good morning to you. Listen, the big news overnight is that oil prices have spiked up as the Organisation of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, agreed to cut production for the very first time in 8 years. Now, it shows the global war on oil might be coming to an end and could also signal the beginning of the end of cheap petrol. The vast majority of our fuel comes from overseas, Singapore, so we'll feel any increase in the supply line. Let's go to the markets now this morning, and what we can see is that the Aussie dollar this morning is right now sitting just under 74 US cents. If we go further forward, you'll see this oil price here, and on commodity markets, you can see it up close to $50 US a barrel. The Dow Jones index of US shares, as we speak, is up by 37 points. Let's get entertainment news now with Richard Wilkins.
Thanks, Ross. Good morning again. Well, Forbes have released their list of highest paid musos for 2016, and no surprises here. Taylor Swift pulled in a massive $170 million US, not only making her the highest paid musician, but also the highest paid celebrity. And the Victoria's Secret runway show is just about to kick off in Paris. Tommy Steinfeld has got the tough job of covering it from backstage. Of course he has. More on that a little later in the show. So there you go. The girls are gearing up for a big one. There you go. A little hit of entertainment. Plenty more on the way. Movie day today.
No doubt Tom Steinford is gearing up for a big one as well. All of that coming up. But right now, here are the top stories on Today.
That big announcement coming up a little bit later in the program, but right now, top story this morning, and a teenage boy is lucky to be alive this morning after he was hit by a fallen tree branch during a wild storm in southeast Queensland. Today, Queensland reporter Jessica Millwood is outside the Lady Salento Children's Hospital. Jess, the boy's classmates rushed to help their friend. That time of year again, isn't it? Jess, thank you.
Extra security measures are likely in federal parliament after an out-of-control protest which shut down question time. Nine political reporter Joel Dry is live for us in Canberra. Joel, the government is this morning demanding a full security review. All right, Joel, thank you. Donald Trump has announced he's planning to leave his corporate interests when he enters the White House. He wants to avoid any appearance of a conflict of interest. Meantime, Mr. Trump has had dinner with his former foe, Mitt Romney, fueling speculation that he is under consideration for the position of Secretary of State. Investigations into what caused the devastating plane crash in Colombia are continuing, with the flight recorders being studied by experts. 71 people were killed in the crash, including members of a Brazilian football team. This cartoon of the players receiving halos from God in heaven.
To Adelaide now, and we're learning more about the young father shot by police after allegedly kidnapping his pregnant former partner at gunpoint and leading officers on a wild chase with their two young children in the car. Let's go live to Nine's Jared Brevy for the details. Jared, what more do we know at this point? Jared Brevy there in Adelaide, thank you.
Well, the Australian Building and Construction Commission bill has finally passed Parliament in the final sitting week of the year. We go live now to Minister for Employment, Michaela Cash. Michaela, good morning to you. Congratulations are in order.
We've managed to deliver for the Australian people.
These changes were urgent, weren't they?
They were long overdue.
You've done more horse trading than R.M. Williams. Do you feel a little dirty?
I actually disagree with you there, particularly in relation to
You've traded
security.
all over the place, Michaela.
I am
Come
going
on,
to disagree with you there,
that.
Karl.
How many deals have you done? You've dealt with everyone. You've done deals with everyone.
And my reality is, Karl, we don't have the numbers in the Senate.
Okay,
and so
but you can admit that you've done the deals then.
When Labor and the Greens say no to good public policy, it is beholden on the government to negotiate with the crossbench. One of those parties happens to be the Labor Party. Karl, they could actually come to the table.
So everyone else is on side then? You haven't got Darren Hinch, you haven't got a number of them.
Negotiations continue.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. It was good to Barney with you this morning. The Barneys continue for you.
Great to Barney with you as well. Great to Barney with you.
It's a long road ahead. We appreciate your time today, Michaela. Thank you.
Good on you. Thanks for having me.
Lisa.
Thanks a lot for that, Karl. Well, he saw an opportunity and he took it. Now, this man in New York is on the run for stealing, literally, a pot of gold because it's worth more than $2 million. Look at them, cool as a cucumber.
Looks quite heavy as well. He's struggling a little bit. Going to have a bit of a rest on the way back home.
Sort of looks like he's just carrying a can of paint or something, Deb.
Everything caught on camera these days.
Indeed.
Right, coming up, Blocky has got a massive jackpot, not gold flakes, but real cash to give away. Yeah, Blocky's keen, so we want to give it to you. But you've got to be in it to win it, so make sure you register. It is so worth it.
It's very important detail, that one, Deb. Time now for a check of the weather. Good morning, Natalia.
I didn't much feel like copping a gobful of water at 7:15, so that's why I said Hayden into the barrel for me. I am going to get wet a little bit later this morning, but for now the closest that I'm getting to it is the fact that my dress is made from scuba material. Yeah, it's a scuba dress.
Clever.
Thank you.
That's mixing it up, Natalia. Well, okay. Thank you. Well, a Sydney judge has banned the wife of a jailed ISIS recruiter from giving evidence in court unless she removes her veil. That is a clever headline. We're joined now by Stella Magazine editor Sarah Marquand. Sarah, good morning to you.
Good morning, Karl.
Probably the hijab is what we need to be more accurate about. Judge Audrey Balla is the name of the judge who's come down hard here. No nonsense. Do you agree with it?
I do agree with it. I think it comes down to showing some respect.
An investigation, another good story from the Telegraph this morning, into drugs in Bali has found that schoolies continue to buy drugs off dealers despite last week's close call with Jamie Murphy. Cindy Walkner's got that story this morning. She's a good reporter. Telly reports our kids are being baited deliberately. That's Bali, though. Would you let your kids go?
I wouldn't let mine go. You know, obviously when I was growing up there was hysteria every year about the Gold Coast and what's going on there. I mean, it doesn't look so bad now, does it?
Not so bad. All right, finally, after 46 years, it's been announced iconic girls magazine Dolly will close. You're the editor of your own magazine. This was, I think, the cover, Lisa Wilkinson's cover of Nicole Kidman back in the day.
Yeah.
What do you think? It's a sad day, isn't it?
It is really sad. I mean, as Lisa herself said, there would be a whole couple of generations of women that grew up reading this.
Don't you love that photo of Nicole?
Yeah.
That was July 1983. That was one of the biggest sellers we had.
BMX Bandits?
Just before. That was actually Nicole's first moment in front of a camera.
Wow.
We captured it on a Saturday afternoon, took one look at it and thought that is going to be a big seller, and it proved to be the case. And yeah, but she remembers that really fondly. Every time I see her, she says that was a real life-changing moment for her.
Name dropper.
Get out.
Every time I see her.
Thank you, Karl. Thank you, Sarah. Coming up, are you excited for your office Christmas party?
Okay, people, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Santa's coming to town. Santa! Oh, my God!
How good's an elf at this time of year? We've got all the tips so you won't wake up red-faced the next day.
Yeah, crucial information there. And get ready to travel in style. We are giving away 30 luxury scenic cruises. Stay tuned. We are announcing our very lucky winners soon. It's right here on Today.
Get ready to jingle all the way. What will be the world's best holiday commercial? Tonight, 8:30 on 9.
Welcome back. Let's get the latest from the news now. And the brave classmates of a Brisbane teenager have rushed to help him after he was hit by a fallen tree branch during a wild storm. Today, Queensland reporter Jessica Millward is outside the Lady Salento Children's Hospital for us. Jess, how is the boy doing this morning? All right, Jess, thank you. 6 people will face a Sydney court today following a series of major drug busts across the city's west and southwest. The dramatic raids all playing out in front of the cameras. Today, Sydney reporter Lara Vella is following the story for us. Lara, quite the breakthrough for police in this. Lara, thank you. And the Queen is set to become a great-grandmother for the 6th time, with Zara Tindall announcing her pregnancy. Say they are delighted. Delighted with the news.
Yeah, she's
of course.
Yeah.
Deb, just going back to one of your earlier stories about the protesters in Parliament yesterday. So they superglued their hands to the
front
rail,
bench
that thing there.
In the House, yep.
Any word on how they got the hands away from the railing?
Well, some of the protesters were displaying their hands after the fact, showing that large chunks of skin had actually been pulled off as they were pulled off from the railing.
So it must have just been like, rip it away.
I don't think there's any sort of easy way to get super glue off your skin once you've done it.
Very painful memories. When I was a kid, I super glued my fingers to my forehead.
Was there a reason?
Well, I was doing one of those model cars, and then I went like that, and it was like too much for me, all these parts.
Yeah.
And then I went,
just having a thought.
Hang on a second.
and it was like stuck there.
Was it a quick draw? Because you've got to go fast. It's like a Band-Aid.
It's quite disconcerting.
But you've got to go fast.
Any of your bros come to the rescue?
No, I think they were probably responsible for it.
Or laughing.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Jenny?
Jenny from the block?
Jenny from the block
Yeah.
is in town at the moment.
She is. Mum got in last night.
Yeah, I've had a couple of...
She hasn't stopped talking yet.
I've already had a couple of texts from her this morning.
Yeah. She's full throttle.
We've got coffee
I
planned.
think she went out the door and
Jenny.
got lost.
Keep your phone handy.
She did not, did she?
If you've seen Jenny around people,
Yeah. Go to Google Maps,
don't
Jenny.
call me.
Let her go.
Morning,
No, it's good to have
Jenny.
Mum here. All right, coming up, want to go to the movies. We've got you covered. Stay tuned and you could win free tickets, people.
But now it's time for a quick hit of sport. Hey, Clint. Yeah, but we won the netball, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah.
We won
Yeah.
the net.
So
the
there.
netball.
The
I
netball.
think that's the only thing we've won this
It
year.
is the only thing, but it needs flagging.
But we won it, so a win's a win.
Yeah, but we win by living in Australia.
That's exactly
Actually,
right.
they
Every
win by
day.
living in New Zealand too.
No, they win by living in Australia.
Oh, yeah. High five that, sister
Yes.
girl. There we
Yeah,
go.
we got it
around
this
that.
time.
Fire. Hey, well, still to come. Get pumped, people. The Victoria's Secret fashion show is just moments away. Your front row seat to the action right here Tom Steinford investigates.
Yeah, foreign correspondent. What? Plus, you could be rich in an absolute instant. Could all be yours.
But right now it is Mulfie Day with Mr. Mulfies, Richard Wilkins.
Hey, listen, thanks to Event Cinemas, we've got 50 double passes to the exclusive Chicks at the Flicks advanced screening of Lion. So grab the girls and get ready for a great night out. You can enter now on our Facebook page.
That's great stuff.
Yeah, when you say grab the girls, you mean that in the sort of...
I mean, girls grab your girlfriends.
Yeah, exactly.
Your chicks go to the flicks.
That's right.
See Lion.
Sounds like
advanced screening.
Good way to spend an evening.
Event Cinemas.
Well, it's the City of Light, and now it's a city filled with angels. Victoria's Secret models are hitting the runway in Paris.
And joining us from the glamorous red carpet is Nine's Tom Steinford.
Yeah, tough day at the office, clearly.
Was it?
Well, apparently it was. So there we go. So
Well, that
good,
was-
we thought
Dickie
we showed
wanted
everything
another
up
look.
against. Exactly. So getting into the spirit, Dickie and Ross have been preening and priming, hoping to make their way to the catwalk.
We're just getting into the spirit
It
of
looked
it.
like you were inhaling that hairspray then.
No,
Well done.
It does
giving it to
consume a
Roscoe.
lot of it. With magnificent hair like that, why wouldn't you? What has Ross got on?
He's
Not
got
much.
his dressing gown on. I just popped
Victoria's
mine over the
Secret
suit.
number.
Ross just stripped right down.
Got right into the spirit.
You can almost see his money minute.
It's quite funny.
Time now to give away some cash, people. We are heading right now to a great spot. Woy Woy. Woy.
Love Woy Woy.
In New South Wales. And we're calling Peter Hall in Woy Woy.
It's a great spot.
Pete,
It's one.
Pete from Woy Woy.
Woy Woy Woy.
2, 3.
Pick up with today.
Did we hear that?
We didn't hear it because people were talking in our ear.
Yeah.
Yes, they won it. All right.
Well done, Peter.
Stuff. Is that you, Peter? Hello?
Hello.
I wake up with today.
Well done. Now, I've got a feeling that isn't Peter. Who are we speaking to?
We are.
We win.
Yes, you won.
You won.
Who are we talking to?
Peter Hall.
Oh, there you go.
There he
You
is.
suddenly
Who was that?
dropped
Exactly.
about 15 octaves.
Who was that on the phone?
That was my wife.
Yeah, well,
And my
she's...
son's playing around on a motorbike.
All right, well, she's the winner, your wife. $10,000.
Right.
How good is that?
You better be nice to her, Peter.
That's magic.
He's already got a smile on his face.
He
It's
does.
lovely to see.
Good stuff.
Congratulations. It is as easy as that.
How good is that? Well, still to come, does this sound like your office Christmas party?
The people you work with are people you were just thrown together with.
Love that guy. Now, we've got the ultimate survival guide to help you make really good decisions during the holiday season Christmas parties.
Good luck with that. Plus, he's climbed, sailed and bounced around on our TV screens for decades. So what's in store next for today's favourite weatherman? Stevie Jacobs is joining us live with a massive announcement very
Big
shortly.
announcement.